That's right. This. Son of a bitch. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm reviewing one of the worst remakes ever made. The original Halloween. Love it. Love it to death. Love it. Pure classic. Halloween 2. Great sequel. Halloween 3. It was bad. Yep, it was different. But it's better than this. Halloween 4. The Return of Michael Myers. Another great sequel. With a unique ending. Halloween 5. The Revenge of Michael Myers. Piece of shit. It still is. Halloween 6. The Curse of Michael Myers. Another piece of shit. Nothing to say. Then in Halloween 7, H2O, 20 years later. That's a decent sequel. And then Halloween 8, Resurrection. It's mixed though. The beginning of the film is the first 10 minutes of the film, not good whatsoever. Then the rest of the film I can watch as a time waster and have like cheering like Busta Rhymes using kung fu on Michael Myers with his funny lines. I think they're funny. So yeah. Now you get to one of the worst freaking remakes of all time. For me personally, in my opinion. And this makes me so offended whatsoever. I'm completely offended at this. This piece of shit. Yeah, I'll keep banging this once. It's my review, and I can choose to bang if I want to. This is Halloween. No, I'm sorry. This is Rob Zombie's Halloween. Directed by Rob Zombie, you know, from his band White Zombie. I love his music. I enjoy most of his songs. He's a great heavy metal music, you know. I enjoy his music. He's not fit to be a director. He's not. He directed House of Thousand Corpses, and then he directed the sequel, The Devil's Rejects, and then he directs this film. And including the sequel to this, which I'll get to that in the next review. Rob Zombie's Halloween, this is the unrated director's cut, which is, yeah, a few things, yeah, it makes it on director, which I don't care. This is even a 2-disc. 2-disc. This doesn't deserve to be a 2-disc. This deserves nothing. And look at this, here review. From the Matt Zoller says, whatever his name is, the New York Times, reestablishes Mr. Zombie's status as modern American horror's most eccentric and surprising filmmaker. And even here, Kyle Smith, New York Post, one of the most frightening stabathons of recent years. And even the bloody discussing that which is a website which I do go to look at updates on other horror stuff, on other manga horror films. I do go to the website a lot. I do enjoy that website. I will have on the movie news for horror, sci-fi, and stuff like that. But the site says it will leave you speechless. Honestly, yeah, it did leave me speechless. On how angry I'm clearly is on this movie. Yeah, I am speechless. It left me freaking speechless seeing this movie, this piece of shit again. It leaves me freaking speechless. Yeah. And yeah, this movie's a piece of shit. That's how it leaves me. That's how I'm speechless about it. Okay. Jeez. This is gonna be the biggest rant. I even did the Halloween 5, the Revenge of Michael Myers. I did say it was an epic rant. This is gonna be much more of a bigger rant. I would call this like a mega rant or something. Oh my god. Oh, this is, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. This movie is freaking irritating me to death. Okay. I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to calm down. Okay. Now I'll start with Rob Zombie. I haven't read. I've read. I know on stuff on stuff that on. He said that I remember seeing like on a YouTube video where he did, and he said how he was mad. He was mad about remakes. You know, he said he was even mad and angry about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. That Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake that I do enjoy. This is 10 times better than this. This is one of the better remakes of this time. This is not. This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake is 10 times better than this. Because I have no problems with that film anymore. I do enjoy that film. One of the better horror film remakes of this time, to me. This is nothing. This doesn't deserve to be. And he said he was mad and angry about remakes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, and he even said, you know, if it was done right the first time, why you want to do it again? Which when I say yes, I agree with that. You know, yes, even though there are remakes that I do enjoy, like my favorite horror film of all time, the John Carpenter's The Thing, Chuck Russell's The Blob, the Hills of Ice remake, Dawn of the Dead, what other ones there is, the Fly with Jeff Goldblum, House of Wax. I enjoy the House of Wax remake. Piranha 3D, you know, House on Haunted Hill. Like I said, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Even Friday the 13th. I would give that even Friday the 13th. This doesn't deserve enough. This is I would say this is probably like number 2 or number 1 on my top list of my worst remakes of all time. I would say he's either number 1 or number 2. I still haven't picked. It's hard because there's a couple others that made me mad more than anything about remakes, you know. Oh my god. So yeah. So he says that, which yeah would make no sense. Then he says he wants to do this, you know, he wants to make his own film. Okay, you want to make your own film. So he wanted to be realistic and he wanted to do it differently. And I understand this is how he wants to be different, you know. Okay, what it makes it's pretty much like almost to an hour. Almost to an hour of the film is basically it's when he was a kid. You know, it was like sort of like a prequel, sort of. It felt like that first hour felt like it was like a prequel, sort of. And once again they wanted to do the backstory of Michael Myers. You know. So they want to do a backstory again. Let me see. What other sequel did they want to do the backstory with that? Ah, yes, this one. This one. Halloween 6 of The Curse of Michael Myers. Yeah, this is the quote the backstory of how he became a killer. I never gave a shit. Yeah, I never gave a crap about that. Not interesting whatsoever. The film was still a piece of shit, except for Donald Pleasence, and it was his last film before he passed away. I said in a review of that film. That was the only reason why. Okay, except for Donald Pleasence, and that was his last film before he passed away. Other than that, the film was still shit. I don't care about the whole why he became a kid, why he became a murderer, because of this whole thorn curse whatsoever, which was very confusing. I still don't get, and even the producers cut how he got stopped by some magic stones. He got stopped stone cold there by some magic stones. Weird, stupid idea. That's how he stopped him. Yeah, and this is I haven't said in my after seeing watching this, revisiting this again. I said in my review of Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers, it was the worst sequel in the series. Yeah, it's the worst sequel in the series. But this, I would say, is the worst film in the franchise. The whole entire Halloween franchise. Halloween 5, I said, is the worst sequel. Sequel. This is the worst out of out of the entire franchise. Sequel-wise, I said, for Halloween 5, the worst sequel. This is the worst. And like I said, I'll say this last time. Well, maybe I'll say it in the next review, but maybe the other franchise. But this Halloween 3: Season of the Witch, I keep on saying it, much better than Halloween 5, 6. I would say it's much better than this. Even including the sequel, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which I'll get to. Yeah, I'm 11 minutes in, and I still have to talk about the film. Like I said, the point of almost to an hour is like a prequel. Felt like it felt like a prequel. How he was when he was a kid. I don't care. I never wanted to see when he was a kid. In the original Halloween, it was only just like a couple of minutes when he was a kid, and that was it. Here they wanted to explain how he was when he was a kid. Not interesting whatsoever. It was a complete waste of my time. Every time I want to watch this, I just want to fast forward to the present in this film. Skip the whole entire part when he was a kid. Didn't care for whatsoever. Every time I do it, I would skip it because that was not interesting whatsoever, and I never gave a shit. But explaining that part, okay, he wants to be white, you know. He lives in this white trash house with his white trash family. That's how it was. I could see it plain as day. I could tell instantly it was white trash looking. And this kid, you know, Michael Myers was a kid. He was like a blonde hair kid, which he looked like a girl. Even though the kid was a guess. Wait, what was this kid? Well, I don't know how that kid. What was that kid's name? Dag Fa. How was that kid's name? Was Dag Fa Fall. However pronounced. Yeah. So they probably made Michael Myers as a long blonde haired girl. That's what I wanted to look. Where's this weird looking clown mask, and he killed. You know, he killed up his pet rat. And this film is full of cliches. You know, it's full of typical cliches now, because the original was a classic. It was not need to be messed with. No one ever wanted to do a remake. And like, what I mean by the cliches, yes, typical, because he's a white trash family. He kills animals. That's another typical cliche. Even with his sister's like, you can get downstairs, and he's like, I'm not listening. Ah! No one's screaming a lot. Though. I'm not listening. Ah! Jeez. That's the way he wanted it. In the couple minutes at the beginning of the original Halloween, he never spoke a word. Like, he just went in the house, killed his sister, and that's it. And that was it. But yeah, so yeah, and then one of the other cliches, you know, of course, his mother's got to be played by Sheri Moon Zombie, his Rob Zombie's wife, who was used in all of his films. And then he has this I think it was no, it's not her. No, it was not. I think it was not a stepfather. It was like her mother's boyfriend, played by William Forsythe. Whether he was all injured and his arm and legs are in casts. Oh, I think that's what they put in real life. That William Forsythe, he actually was injured. He actually was in those casts, so they just threw that in as this guy who's all injured and such. So I think that was in real life. That's how William Forsythe was at the time of the making of this film. And he's all curved. And then there's another thing. Pretty much like in both of the previous two films, like Devil's Rejects and Thousands of Corpses, this is one that Robinson wants to put in. You know, so they want to put as much cussing in this as possible. I remember, like, as much as possible, like, pretty much in most of the scenes, every single line of dialogue was involving cussing, you know. More of the F words and the S words and stuff like that, you know. like William Forsythe, you know, is like, I'm all broken up here, bitch, you know, that's all that baby, that's all that baby, that fucker does is cry, 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 shit, shit, and cry. Every, and even, and also when you have also his Michael Myers' sister, um, who is just a complete bitch. That's when they in the originals in the original you did not know you didn't know much about the sister. Okay, you only saw her in the beginning of the film. She got killed, and that was it. You know, she wasn't acting like a bitch though, but here she does. You know, and I hated her the second I saw her. And the second I saw her, in this film you hate this sister. You really want to hate her, you know. She acts like she acts like a bitch, and she also acts like a slut too. That's what it was. Talking, oh Elvis, talking, like that moaning, groaning, talking about how Michael's pet rat died. That's how his name his rat was Elvis, you know. Oh Elvis, Elvis. I was like, shut up. So yeah, and also another thing later on, yeah, he got picked on at school too. He goes to school, yeah, that's another thing, typical cliche. He got picked on at school. Um, he's in the bathroom. He had that kid. I think that kid was like a bully to him. I do believe it was the same kid from the Spy Kids films. As what's his name? Um, Judy, I think his name was. His thing was he was the main kid from Spy Kids, the Spy Kids films. But yeah, so here, yeah, he's talking, like, oh, so to Michael, hey, shit pants, talking about how his mom, she's just, cause yeah, she's a stripper too. His mom's a stripper, and showing a newspaper clipping of her, really, like, oh, maybe, this is like how a lot of dialogue is, and it's like, oh, you think she was me to suck this and that for a quarter, I mean, that's all it does. It's like suck this, suck that, Jeez, this is how Robinson wants to be different by putting um, most of the dialogue is just cussing words. Yeah, this is how I remember from the original Halloween, with so many cussing and the white trash stuff. It was never like that in the original Halloween. This is how Rob Zombie wants to describe from the original film as this. I would say I would say other than this, maybe Shaun of the Dead. I haven't heard of so much cussing in this. This is much more cussing than Shaun of the Dead. F word wise. Um, and then the principal coming in, what the hell is going on? And he tells me, he's in his office, his mom comes over and he shows the pictures of all these dead animals that he killed. And then he goes up to the kid from Spy Kids, into the woods, keeps beating him with the stick, beats him to death with it. And it's very lame. I'm starting to forget which I want to do. I want to forget this film out of my head. I'm just trying to remember, but I can't, which is a good thing, though. It's Halloween night. He wants to go trick or treating, and then the asshole sister brings her boyfriend. Tells him to fuck off. Do it yourself. So then William Forsythe is passed out on the couch, from drinking. He's drunk, he's passed out. and then Michael Myers gets some tape, and then gets the knife and gets some duct tape. He completely duct tapes his entire body to the chair, and then slits his throat. First of all, if you're maybe that's how, if someone's drunk enough and they pass out and they don't hear anything, you don't hear a kid hear the sound of duct tape, which is very loud. You don't hear that sound, him completely wrapping you up. But I don't drink, so I would never know. Maybe he can be drunk enough to do it. I don't know. But then he slits his throat, and he goes, and the boyfriend brings the Michael Myers mask, you know. But then he goes downstairs in the kitchen, and then the kid beats him in the head a couple times with a baseball bat. Then he goes upstairs. They puts the mask on, which I thought was very laughable when he put the mask on with seeing this little kid with a Michael Myers mask. I thought that was very laughable with seeing with the kid with a Michael Myers mask. So he stabs his sister, kills her, and then. And the funny thing is, you know, while his mother is out stripping, you know, at the joint where she's working at, you hear the song "Love Hurts." Man, love hurts and love hurts. I should not be hearing that. Doesn't belong in that film whatsoever. So she comes home. The police are there. She cries over his dead daughter. Then he's taken to the mental hospital. You know, we have Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Loomis. You know, tells him, you know, this and that, why you asking him why I want to go home, but you can't because he's done terrible things. And then he starts making these paper mache masks, you know. And you know, and it was just, and that thing, and after all, at this point, I think it was like 45 minutes in. I think that's the thing with it. I think it was like 45 minutes in. And it's a complete waste, and it was complete, utterly pointless, useless, complete waste of time, you know. But then here's one of the dumbest, the dumbest things I've seen in a film, especially in a horror film. Okay. Yeah, this is how dumb this movie is. And this is how Rob Zombie says, oh, he wants to, this is how realistic it is and stuff like that. This isn't realistic. This is pure, utterly pure stupidity. Okay, when Dr. Loomis leaves the room, and then then there's a nurse, comes in, looks at the picture, gets a picture of Michael Myers and her baby, which he called her Boo. She looks at this picture, cute baby. Can't be related to you. Yeah, for no reason, just acts like a complete bitch, for no reason, can't be related to you. And all of a sudden, and then here's the stupidity part. All of a sudden, she just turns her chair, like this, No, I was thinking like nothing was like the other direction, like this, Here's where Michael Myers is, and so she reads her magazine. Here's like this, what? Like this. Reads the magazine like this. And then what happens next? And then what happens next? Then the kid has a metal fork. A metal freaking fork. Okay, this kid murdered 4 people. The kid, the boyfriend, and the other boyfriend is his sister. He killed 4 people already. Now, why would you give this kid, this crazy kid, a metal fork? Usually they only give you like some plastic forks, But no, let's give him a metal fork, which is another completely dumb thing. You don't give a kid who killed 4 people a metal fork. So then what happens? He gets the fork and he stabs the nurse. He stabs the nurse, and he's going, because his mom, and she's all crying, all upset, it doesn't seem like that, And then it cuts to her watching a whole movie with her and Michael, and then she shoots herself, and the baby's crying. What? Why would you shoot yourself when you have a baby? When you have a baby all by yourself that is now all by itself that been unable to be taken care of for. Now, what kind of mom would shoot herself when she has a baby there? You know. What kind of mom would shoot herself when she has a baby? You know, that she will have to take care of. Moron, stupid. Jeez, this is what it's like this. Oh shoot. Hold on a second. I don't care. I was angry, so I don't care. This really made me angry enough. So now it's 15 years later. Which is, yeah, like I said, yeah, thank God it's over, you know. So it's 15 years later, and also you have a lot of cameos in this film too, where now Danny Trejo's in this, you know, as one of the people that's working there, who's, you know, he's been looking after Michael Myers for all like 20 years, or 15 years, you know, and now. And his other worker with him, you know, takes him, you know, to Dr. Loomis, you know, and tells him, you know, this is my last day here, you know, and you know, I've known you for 15 years, you know, that's nearly twice as long as my first marriage. And I'm like, I don't give a crap. And Malcolm McDowell, he ruins Dr. the Dr. Loomis character. He ruins his character. Donald Pleasance did not do anything like this, you know. You know, he didn't act like it. Like I said, yeah, his performance in Halloween 5 was bad though, but but Malcolm McDowell was even worse than this. He ruined he ruins the character of Dr. Loomis, who was really serious about, and especially in the first two films, and especially number 4, you know, serious about Michael Myers. Here, this character is not being taken seriously about Michael Myers whatsoever. So yeah, so he leaves. You know, he's not gonna see him anymore. And then now in the director's cut. Well, in the theatrical cut. Okay. In the theatrical cut, how he escapes from the mental hospital. He escapes by killing these guards who are escorting him. You know, kills them pretty much like that, which seemed like it was way too easy how he killed these guards. It was like 5 of them. He killed them just like that, which seemed too easy. And then in the director's cut, we have I think one of the people that's working at the facility is Bill Moseley. You know, Bill Moseley, which was chopped up in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I think he plays one of the workers there, you know. And then in the director's cut, you know, he takes one of the patients, you know, takes with another buddy of his, goes into Michael Myers' cell and just rapes the girl there, and Michael Myers' cell will, so make him, ooh, you know, geez, oh, look at this, Michael. You know, touching all the masks because his room is full with paper mache masks. He says he's touching his stuff, and then Michael Myers, you know, he kills the both of them, you know. And also another thing, you know, and another thing that's sort of bugs me about this, how this, or sort of like funny though, but this kid is like this high, and all of a sudden this guy here is like about 7 feet tall, goes from this to that tall, right? Like 7 feet tall, played by Tyler Mane, who I think he was a Sabretooth in the first X-Men film. So this kid goes from that to a 7 foot tall, goes to a 7 foot tall big guy. So he escapes, kills a lot of people there, and he even kills Danny Trejo, you know, dunks his head in the water and doesn't see, just throws the TV, smashes the TV on top of him, but you don't see it though. Man. And then goes to I guess a car wash. You know, a trucker there. Where you have Kem Foray. You know, Kem Foray was the original Dawn of the Dead, and even Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. You know, was Benny. Ken Foray, you know, he's a trucker, and this is how Rob Zombie wants to explain how he got his overalls. You know. Yeah, the original, you don't see how he got the overalls, but you see he got from a dead mechanic. That Donald Pleasance was there in the original film. But he wants to explain how he got his overalls. So he kills Ken Foray, you know, while he's on the toilet, basically. Wow, getting killed while he was out taking a shit. Yeah, that's how he got his overalls. And then you have Scout Taylor-Compton, I believe, as Laurie Strode, who was really crappy as Laurie Strode as well. Laurie Strode, you know, just like even with her adopted parents, one was played by D. Wallace Stone, you know, from Cujo, you know, D. Wallace. Even this character Laurie Strode even has crappy dialogue too, you know. It was like, oh, you're the teacher. I heard he was a pervert. You know, you want a screwdriver. You know, do this and that. And it's like, oh, just fucking terrible. And then you have her two other friends. Annie, played by Danielle Harris. You know, who was young Jamie Lloyd, Halloween 4 and 5. And then this other girl, played as Linda. And Annie, her father, the Sheriff Brackett, played by Brad Dourif, the voice of Chucky. So then it goes basically, it's pretty much like it's like a remake of the original, where, you know, Michael Myers, you know, seeing him from staring at Laurie Strode, you know, and going for like you know, her babysitting the kid, you know, Tommy. Then she goes over to the other house and kills. Well, you know, actually, no, actually, they go to the Linda character and her boyfriend. They go over to the Michael Myers house where they make out, you know, and then does the same thing, you know, the same thing where he killed the boyfriend, and he stags him, and he hangs there, and then, you know, tilting his head, staring at him, and he goes with the bed sheet with the glasses, you know. And then he instead of just strangling her with a phone cord, just chokes her out. You know. It's just now it's just pretty much going for beat now, like the original. And now she goes over to the other house and tries to kill Danielle Harris, but kills the boyfriend Paul. And well, this time she didn't kill Annie in this one. She just kind of lie on the floor, almost like dead, but she's not. Then and there's even the same thing even the same thing in the original where the little girl Lindsay's watching the old the original The Thing on TV. Even did that too, you know. Yeah, they just want to copy the original, now. Go beat for beat on this now. And this real film is really getting to me. And it's in my head, I'm really screaming inside. I really want to screaming out in rage at this. And then she chases, and the Michael Myers chases Laurie Strode, and kills 2 cops. Then he takes her to the old house, you know, where their dead girlfriend is, and then takes the stone, the headstone of the tombstone with her sister's his sister Judith Myers on it, And then for some reason, okay, he just takes her there, then all of a sudden he sits down and shows her the picture and points to it, and she doesn't understand. I'm like, why don't you speak though? But and tell her what you're doing, But of course, Michael Myers doesn't talk though. But to me, it was like, if you're gonna keep on pointing to the picture and she doesn't understand what you're saying, why don't you just speak it out then, Because she's gonna understand you just pointing to the picture of this, God. But then she stabs him, she gets away, she falls into this empty swimming pool, and Malcolm McDowell finds them and shoots Michael Myers in the back a few times, falls down, and then. And this is another. I'm looking at how these lines are handled so horribly. In the original ending, when Laura starts, "Was that the boogeyman?" He says, "As a matter of fact, it was." They said the same thing, but there's so much horrible. Like, "Was that the boogeyman?" It's like, as a matter of fact, I believe indeed it was. Because it's beyond she is. Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Donald Pleasence said those lines much more, way better, especially especially how the original was like I said, did not need to be messed with, nothing. There was no problems with it. Here they just want to do it. Here they just want to do it the shitty way, How Rob Zombie says, he wants to do it his own version. Yeah, granted, it's different. Yeah, he says he wants to do it. It wants to be different, but it's all crappy. Like I said about Halloween 3: Season of the Witch, it was different, but it was bad. But it was bad from the start, though. But yeah, it was different though. But the different story was much better than this, Plus, like I said, I like Tom Atkins in that film, Um, even Tom Atkins in that film is better than anybody in this movie. Well, I wouldn't say that because Brad Dourif as Sheriff Brackett to me was the only decent actor in this film and in the sequel. He was like the only decent actor in this because okay, everybody else sucked in this film, but I didn't see any problems with Brad Dourif as Sheriff Brackett. I really didn't. You know, um, but everyone else in this film sucked. You know, um. But then he grabs her. Then Dr. Loomis says, stop. This is my fault. Blame me. He grabs him, tries to break his skull, but he didn't. Um, she runs into the house. Um, and the Malcolm McDowell was still alive. He grabs onto Michael Myers' leg, trying to stop him, but he was still alive though. Um, then they have a cat and mouse chase, from the ceiling where she's on stabbing the ceiling and the walls, and then she falls through, and then she has the gun, but then she pushes them. They'll both get pushed out the window off the balcony on the ground, and then Laurie Strode he tries to shoot him, but then finally shoots him in the head. She shoots him point blank range, and to me, it was like, finally, this is how Michael Myers should have died, because I noticed, like, not in any of the Halloween sequels, no one ever tried to attempt to shooting him in the head. They always shot him in the chest, No one tried to attempt to shoot him in the head, but except for in the Halloween 6, Paul Rudd just kept on smashing his head with a pipe, indicating he was dead. Well, only Jamie Lee Curtis in number 7, chopped his head off, Well, that wasn't really him, but I'm saying, in any of the sequels, no one ever attempted to shoot it. Even in this, tried to shoot him in the head, But the Laurie Strode in this film finally does, and she starts screaming bloody murder. Okay, she finally shot him. She shot him in the head, so he's completely dead. There's no reason why he should have came back in the sequel in this. But of course, they want to do it anyway, so of course they had to make him live again. This movie fucking sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It's one of the worst remakes of all time. I can't stand this. I can't stand this movie anymore. Yeah, the reason why I don't get rid of this, because yeah, I keep it for the collection of the franchise. Because to me, you know, I can't have like no sequel like sequel, even whether it's bad, really bad too. I just want to keep it part of the franchise. You know, that's just me. I just like keeping stuff for the sake of the franchise. If there are other bad films that's not part of a franchise, I just get rid of. You know. But in some cases I don't though. But it's just, you know, I don't know why. But yeah. But to me, this is the last time for me watching it. I'm never watching this film again. This film will piss me off even more. And next time, maybe if I watch it next time, I'll probably just break all these DVDs. I'll probably break it if it's the next time I see these films again. But I probably won't, because I'm never gonna see it again. My head is starting to hurt from this. You know, this movie did to me. Yeah. Bloody disgusting. It will leave you speechless. Yeah. I am really speechless. Maybe in this review, you see me all the time pausing. Maybe that's what left me speechless. You know, because this film was like freaking horrible. Oh my god, I've never been so enraged so far in my reviews. Yeah, I've been enraged at the Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers, or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4: The Next Generation, you know, or Texas Chainsaw 3D. But as now the rating, this is. Yeah, this is. Anyway, yeah, let's say this is on for. I don't care how long this is, how much this. Doesn't say. And frankly, I don't care. It has features, yeah. The first one, commentary with Rob Zombie. And this disc 2, which is a deserved disc 2, has an alternate ending. Yeah, the alternate, instead, you know, where she gets, instead of, you know, they don't do the cat and mouse in the abandoned house, Brad Dourif and his other cops just come up and shoot him. Whoop-de-doo. Deleted scenes, bloopers, the many masks of Michael Myers, reimagining Halloween. There's anything that's reimagining about. The many masks. Yeah, because they want to make the mask like have like go. It's all like ripping up because it's been years later. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just reading what it says here on the back. You know. Rob Zombie reinvents the ultimate slasher classic. Reinvents. Yeah, he wanted to reinvent though, but what he did it was really crappy. Like I said, the original was pure classic. Didn't have to nothing needs to be messed with. You know, nothing wrong with it. It was scary. They say they wanted to make this film scary. No, the original film was scary. You know, because as a kid that film scared me and it gave me nightmares. Especially with how Michael Myers was, you know, when he stood there, you know, and how he killed the people, you know, and how he was chasing Laurie Strode, especially the John Carpenter's music, you know. That's or pretty much any film most of the films that scared me. That's what's scary, you know. That's how a film like that gives you nightmares. It certainly did, because I experienced it when I was a kid, you know. And that's also one of the reasons why I loved it, because it scared me, you know. It's just, you know. But nothing scary about this whatsoever. Nothing scary about it. Let's see. Unleashing Michael Myers for a bloody roller coaster of a rampage like fans have never seen. A roller coaster of a rampage? Oh yeah, like for most of the first hour, when he was a kid, how he killed people. Yeah, which is that's not a roller coaster. That's a roller coaster of a rampage. Yeah, me, you know, doing this one. Me doing that a bunch of times, that's a roller coaster of a rampage than this. Including a retelling of the original story that unfolds at a breakneck pace. It was not a breakneck pace, it was boring. Boring, it was mediocre, lame. any word like those words in the book. As well as a chilling new introduction that finally reveals the secrets behind Michael Myers' disturbing childhood. Halloween brings new life in one of the film's history's most terrifying tales. Yes, yeah, yeah. Once again, do the backstory. Yeah, once again, it shows how he became a killer. Yeah, they did that. Yeah, like I said before, they did this on Halloween. Did this in this film. And that film sucked. And I never gave a crap why it became, how about a little bit of mystery, A mystery. No one knows the mystery. How about this? No one knows the mystery of why Michael Myers became a killer. How did he become a killer? Let's just leave that a mystery, He was just, finally, here's the best way to solve the mystery. He was just pure evil, plain and simple. Just pure evil. We don't need to explain the mystery of how he became a killer. It was ridiculous how the backstory was in this, and it's even more ridiculous in this film. Reveal the secrets behind Michael Myers' childhood. Yeah. Let's see. Here's what's disturbing about Michael Myers' childhood in this film. He has a white trash family. Everybody cussing all the time in every single sentence. He kills animals. He gets picked on in school. Except for his mother, pretty much the rest of his sister and his father as hers. No, not his father. Well, his mother's boyfriend hates him. The bullies pick on him. That's like I said, picked on at school. Okay, there's your disturbing Michael Myers' disturbing childhood. There you go. With all the typical cliches. This is not reinventing or reimagining the classic tale of Halloween. No, just make it nowadays. It looks like a typical generic slasher film. It's just typical. Not exciting, not scary, not thrilling, no suspense. It's just plain old typical and generic. The original film, not like that whatsoever. Other problems. Dr. Loomis, Malcolm McDowell, fucking sucked in this film. I'll say the F word, I don't care. I say frickin' or the F word. Frickin', whatever. He sucked in this film. He ruins the Loomis character in this film. Donald Pleasence did not do that. He made you believe what was happening with Michael Myers. He made you believe he took it seriously, Here, he's just like, this and that, Scout Taylor-Compton as Laurie Strode. Crappy, she was just dead weight. I really wanted her to get killed in this film. I really did, Jamie Lee Curtis, not like that whatsoever. Say it again. Then there was even a lot of cameos in this film. Yeah, see all these faces. Let's see what the cameos. Yeah, Bill Moseley, Danny Trejo. Yeah, you have D. Wallace Stone in this. Even what's that guy's name from House of Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects? Sam, whatever, how his last name was. Yeah, the main character in those two films. He has an appearance when Dr. Loomis was in the cemetery. Yeah, Sheri Moon Zombie, his wife, has to be in all of his films. Even at the hospital, you have Udo Kier, the German actor, from Blade, End of Days, Ace Ventura, He's a German actor, you probably have seen the songs like I mentioned, Even Clint Howard's in this, Ken Foray, especially Ken Foray getting killed on the toilet. But yeah, that was supposed to be funny. Yeah, he get killed on the toilet. That's how Michael Myers got his overalls. Excuse me. Everything about it is typical. Is nothing suspenseful whatsoever. Nothing about it is not reinventing or reimagining whatsoever. Brad Dourif, Like I said, it's pretty much it's pretty much the only decent actor is the only decent actor in this film. Because I like Brad Dourif. To me, he's better than anybody in this film. Even Danielle Harris, you know, because probably Rob Zombie put her in here because probably because of Halloween, how she was in Halloween 4 and 5. But Danielle Harris, maybe she's okay at best, but not really. But I will still say Brad Dourif is the best part of this film because I'm a fan of him, especially how he was in the Chucky films. Is there anything else I kind of say? What else is good in this film? Oh no, sorry, nothing is good in this film. I didn't say what. Is there anybody else in this film that's decent? No. To me, the way I see it, Brad Dourif is the only decent actor in this film. A Sheriff Brackett. Has a 6.0 on IMDb. That's just way too high. Deserves 0. In my opinion, as a 25% on Rotten Tomatoes, it deserves it, and it deserves it, and it deserves lower. Boy, this film's gonna keep me up at night. I probably won't get any sleep after seeing this painful torture of a film. But yeah, Rob Zombie, yeah, you want bitch about remakes. And and about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, but you make this, you go and go back on what you say, and then you go and remake this. And then also say if they don't want to make a sequel to this, which I'm going to get to in the next review. You say you don't want to make a sequel to this, but you go and do it anyway. And this is just even worse. I still have this to go through, and this is much even worse and dumber than this. I will say these two are the worst ones in these two are the worst in the franchise. I'm serious now. Yeah, I said Halloween 5 sequel wise is the worst in the series. Sequel wise, but these two are just the worst. Are just the worst in the series. You know. I don't know more I can say. Oh yeah. Yeah. It made #1 at the box office. It has currently, I think it was like currently have the highest Labor Day weekend record. Whoopsie-doo. And it made over 80 million worldwide, and this is the highest grossing film of the franchise. It's the highest grossing film of the franchise. I don't care. It didn't deserve to make money, in my opinion. The original, always the best, pure classic, one of the classic original horror films of all time. No, this is nothing. This is dumb, stupid, lame, mediocre, dull, boring, less suspenseful, less scary. You know, not suspenseful, not scary. Everything I would say, and everything I would throw in the book about not good whatsoever. And I would say it's on my, I would put this in my top 3, either 1, 2, or 3 of the top 3 worst remakes of all time, whether it be worst horror film remakes or just remakes in general. Hold on. Here's disc. Get it out. Here's disc 2. And here's the first disc. Here's the rest of the case. So, oh my god! I swear to God, this movie is gonna. I just want to pull my brain out and pull out all whatever this film is out of my brain and crush it in the palm of my hand and then flush it down the toilet. Like I said, after this, I'm never watching this film again. I've had it. I've had it. Never watching this film again. and I still have this to get through, which is even much more worse than this. Okay, so that's a full-blown rant, mega rant of Rob Zombie's Halloween. I'm not calling it just Halloween. I'm calling it John Carpenter's Halloween. I'm still calling it that way. Halloween. Wherever I said Halloween, it's John Carpenter's Halloween. I'm not calling this one plain Halloween. I'm calling it Rob Zombie's Halloween because I am completely offended, insulted as a Halloween fan and as a Michael Myers fan. Out of the horror icons, like I said, Michael Myers was my favorite. I realized, especially how he did when I was a kid. I'm offended at what Rob Zombie has done to this character. He was not the shape in this film. He was not the shape whatsoever. So I've had it anymore. I'm stopping now. So thanks for watching and stay tuned for I'm not saying the name. Stay tuned for this. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in a little bit. Bye bye. God damn it.